Hi, Julia Watts here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to have another look at the new Floral Finery from Sentimentally Yours, and you will find them over on my website juliawattscrafts.co.uk. That's if I've got stock left, and also over again if there's stock left over at honeypotcrafts.co.uk. Floral Fineries are always really popular, and they rarely last the 12 months that they're supposed to. And the last was Floral Finery 2, which I think sold out in February. It was released last year, but when the fancy frames came out, then there weren't many left for that. So in this demo, we're going to be using the Enchanting Petals. So I am going to mix and match across this one and also the Exquisite Petals as well. And you can see we've got lots and lots of pierced detail on this one, and on this one we've just got the pierced detail through the centre. Both of them have got cutouts. There are more cutouts on this, and I am only going to use the 4 petal flowers in this demo, but you have got 4 different sizes of 3 petal flowers as well. So those are the flowers we're using. I'm going to be using the Magnificent Fronds, which is the one that's got the pierced detail and the cutouts. Obviously have to use the Sensational Stamens 3 because that's new, and it's compulsory to use twiddly bits, I think. I'll be gobsmacked if these last more than about 2 weeks, but yeah, you need these in your life if you haven't got them already. And from earlier this year, I'm going to use the Tatty Dragonflies as well. So that's most of what we're using. So let's put those to one side, and I'm going to use some paint. I am using something that was left over from another project. So actually let's put my flowers and leaves all in one pile. Yeah, so I'm going to be using something that was left over from a previous project, just so that these things end up lying around and unloved, and it's just nice to actually use them. So I'm not going to recreate it, I'm just going to tell you what I did. So those are my flowers and my leaves. I have a frame here, then this has been created using the Debossed double stitched squares, which you may or may not find over at Honeypot Crafts if there's any left. I don't have any left at the moment, but obviously it's one of the staples that we use a heck of a lot. That's on an A4 sheet. So we've got this frame. It is going to be a 7x7 card that we're doing. I've also got, which I'll use a piece of white card to show you. This is the bit that I'm really using, this one. And I think this was actually, I did this actually with some texture paste that was left over. And so what I've done with this is I've mixed a tiny bit of the Chalky Acrylic Paint Lilac Blooms with the texture medium, and then spread it through the Shabby Polkas stencil onto a piece of acetate. And you've got the flat side here, which was the back, and then you've got the bumpy side here, which was the top, the front. So it's up to you which side you have, top or bottom. They're both really lovely, and so that I'm going to use that, and that's going to be in the frame. So I want to do some coordinating painty bits, so to bring this colour into the rest of the card. So I know you've seen Phil do this absolutely loads, so we are going to do all the painty bits first so they dry while we're doing some other bits. So this is going to have an edge. I've got some elements here cut from the Layered Differently Magnificence rectangles. So we've got these 4 dies here cut out of the pure white card. And we're going to stamp on that one. So we're going to edge that one. That one's going to be the white, and then we're going to edge that one. So these pieces are going to be edged. I've also got my stamens here, and my flowers are going to stay white, my stamens are going to be coloured as well. Around the right way. With the Stamens you get 4 different designs and you get 3 different sizes. I've used the medium and the small of this particular design. We're also going to paint the back of the Dragonfly, so we're going to paint those too, and I think that's all we need to paint. We'll soon find out whether I forget something, won't we? Right, I think we'll do these bits first. Let's give this a shake. I don't use my paints enough actually. This drives me nuts, getting it on my hand. I don't mind getting messy, but that drives me nuts. I'm going to use a natural sponge. I've got loads of these lying around, but this is the only one I can find, which is really annoying. So we're going to do like a dappled effect. So we can dab some off, and we can dapple, which is easier said than done because it just wants to stick to it. I do actually want them pretty covered. Hopefully they'll dry with a little bit of texture in them. It's a lovely colour, this. Lilac Bloom as it's called. Okay, that should do nicely. Step away from the paint, Julia. Right, and then we'll do the Dragonflies. It'll be more effective with the edging that I'm doing with these. I really want those quite solid. Right, okay, that's they. Let's put these over to one side. I'm not going to clean up until I've done everything. I've got loads of paint left in this. Lasts for ages. They're dinky little pots. I think they're 20mm. 20mm? Yeah, 20mm. I can pick these up. See, it's a little bit dappled. It's starting to dry now, so you've got like two-tone at the minute. Right, let's edge these. Do I need a little bit more? It's always a good idea to go into the lid. We'll only see the edge of this. It's pretty, isn't it? Natural sponges are great. I remember oh, I'm doing the wrong one. That's the blooming Sentiment one. Oh, for heaven's sake. I have to cut another one of those out. I went to the wrong pile. I'll just get that in there. It won't take me long. Yes, I did some decorating in one of my first houses with natural sponges. If you use several different colours together, it's quite effective. Right, that's the one I want. That's the one I don't want. Put that down there. I'm going to do this one. Probably knocking the camera. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. Cool, isn't it? probably might want a little bit more just there. Okay, that's that one. And we're going around the edges of this one. It does wash out your sponges really easily, but it is a good idea, I'm making quite a mess here, to pop in some water if you're not going to wash it out straight away. I do love a natural sponge. I wish I could find my other bag. I've got a big bag of about a dozen of them, and I'm reduced to using this one. I've had them for years, absolutely years. Final bit, let's see if we can get a tiny bit more. Okie dokie. There's our edge done. Right, I'm going to clean up and then we will carry on. Right, so we're all cleaned up. As it's water-based, it comes off very easily, and I've cut another sentiment panel. You can see that this is going to fit very nicely on there, just with a little bit of a dappled edge. So let's get this stamped while this is still drying. And I'm using a sentiment from the Magnificent Moments sentiments, just saying Rustic. I think we both have these left in stock, and we're going to have huge congratulations, because that fits really nicely in there. And where's my block? Other dragonflies. And we're just going to stamp using Morning Mist Versafine Clair. Morning Mist. I'm going to wing it. That says happy anniversary. It doesn't say huge congratulations. That one would fit, but that's not the one I want to use. I've even got my right glasses on. It's the one above it. It's not the one I wanted. This one. Let's put it down on the mat and pick it up. It's better to get it straighter. Ink pad. Just give that ink a chance to settle into the card. I think it's had more than enough chance, don't you? Tweezers. I know they're here somewhere. There they are. There we are. Come on, camera. That's better. Right, that's that. Once again, this is the Just Saying Rustic Magnificent Moments sentiments, and there's a full list of what I've used in the description of this video. Let's get these stuck together and then they can be flattening underneath. I've got the glue on this one as well while we're at it. I don't know if you're like me, you have lots of bits and pieces lying around, and I try and use them whenever I can. But when you're doing like a demo, sometimes you end up doing another one to show what you did, and then you don't end up any better off than you were in the first place. So I'm trying not to do that, I'm just trying to describe it. Let's see. Beautiful. I do like that, the effect that the natural sponge gives. And we have huge congratulations there. We won't stick these together until we do the card because they'll be going on foam tape. So they're going to go underneath here. Bits going on underneath it. Right, so what we're going to do next, I think we'll get this frame on. So the acetate is a bit bigger than we need, but we can trim that off afterwards. I just need to decide whether I want the flat side or the bobbly side. Bobbly side's got more texture to it, so that's nice and flat. Let's have the bobbly side because I don't normally go for the bobbly side. So we'll do that. So we want foam tape on our frame, and it's just the right width for the foam tape, and it is, so you cut one or you pop one down and then it's the next but one. So I've just missed one out for the size of the frame. If you want a wider frame, you miss 2 dies out. See, I've got some straggly bits on there. Let's see if I can get rid of those. One more. Right. So we fetch the back off. And sometimes it's easier to actually take the acetate to the frame or the design to the frame rather than the other way around. Especially as the acetate is see-through, so you can see exactly where you're going. Frame's bending up a bit. Now instead of putting Prit on this, I'm going to put glue on it so that it will definitely stick. Don't really like the noise of that on the tape. Didn't I? Let's have a look. Let's have a gander. Just want our lines to be straight. Get off me. Okay. And then we can just trim off the acetate. over my fingers, which is annoying. And then this one is going to go onto this layer here. So I want some more glue around the edges. You could, if you wanted to make, say, a shaker card, you could put another layer of foam tape and then pop some bits and pieces in and then put your background piece on top. I'm not going to make a shaker card this time. This is going on here. Oh no, it's not going on there. Actually, I'm fibbing. Hang on, I've got another piece under here that it's going to go on. That would be wrong. Oh, I nearly forgot. I've got a piece of pure white card that's been embossed using the Ornate Circles 3D embossing folder. This is going behind to give it more texture. Okay. I did want to raise it again, but obviously I've forgotten I was going to do that. So now this one is going on that one. Honestly, memory of a gnat. This just gives more texture to go behind the stencil design. Gives more interest rather than just a plain piece of card. It's quite hard to glue. Right. And this is now going on this one. With just a little border around the edges. Oh, touch the camera, sorry. I'll hold it up for you to see in a minute. I need to put this underneath my mat so that it all sticks. Can you see? So you've got lots of different textures going on underneath there. Makes it very, very interesting to look at. Right, this is going under here to make sure that frame sticks. And we will do our flowers now. So I've got some flowers and leaves. The leaves I've cut out using the Fresh Mint Lustre card, which seems to be my go-to card for leaves when I want to use a green. I've got, so which flowers are which, because I can't remember which ones are which. So we've got this one here, which is from the Exquisite Petals. So this is the one with the pierced detail along the centre, the odd piercing here and there, and lots and lots of cutouts. So that's the Exquisite Petals. Then the other one with lots of pierced lines on it and fewer cutouts. This one is your Enchanting Petals. Okay. So we're mixing and matching. When you mix and match, then it means you don't have to run things through the machine quite so often because you've got lots of different designs. So we're going to do them in sets of 3. So for this one, we'll need one of the big ones and 2 of the small ones as well. So let's do the shaping of this. I'm just going to do my normal quick shaping on the back. So just running a little bit there, some pop tape. Just running my embossing tool from the end to the centre. Each one. I don't know what's making a noise. wherever it is, it's annoying me. Teeny tiny ones. And then for the stamens, just run the embossing tool around the centre and it all pops up into a cup, which is really cool. And we'll flip these over. Which way around did I want to do it? Okay. Press in the centre and it kind of pops up a wee bit. And then we'll pair them up. So I think for this one we're going to have this one underneath, and for the small ones we'll have that design on top. So as this is going to be a cluster, we'll do it opposite for the small ones, if that makes sense. I know what I'm saying, but whether it's actually coming out making any sense is beyond me. Let me just offset those slightly, press in the middle, this one on top of this one, give it a press, and then the opposite way round here. And then we'll pop the stamens in. I'll do all the pearls at the same time. So the medium one's going to go in here, just to give that bit of the lilac and bring that back in. And then we've got the teeny ones go in here, like so. So that's where we're at so far. So those are they, and then I've got loads of leaves there to go with that one. And I've got loads of leaves here. Let's probably go with that cluster. And so we've got slightly bigger leaves here. So this is the largest one, and then this is the smallest but one, whereas this is the second largest and this is the smallest. So we're going to do exactly the same thing here, but on this cluster we'll have the big one with the opposite flower on top to the other cluster. You can be quite rough with them because the pure white card's quite robust. Obviously if you're using papers, depending on the GSM of the papers, just be careful. Turn that over. Worry about damaging the design because it's still there. You don't flatten it out. Okay, turn these over. Oh, we need stamens as well. Once again, we've got a medium one and we've got two small ones. Okey-dokey. So on this one I had the kind of less pierced one on top. So on this one we're going to have this one on the bottom, and then we'll have the opposite ones, the smaller ones. Very therapeutic making flowers. You could have just make a whole load of them, have a box of them. In fact, you could just make loads in white, couldn't you? And just do your stamens as and when, depending on what your colour scheme wanted to be. This one's going to need glue first. Then we'll stick our dragonflies together and we'll go about construction. Oh, and we need to put pearls in as well, don't we? So we do. Okay, for the pearls, I've actually chosen Dusky Heather because I think that that will be a really nice match. So we need 6 of the big ones, the 8mm pearls, and you'll find the pearls over at Honeypot Crafts and all the gems too. So let's get some glue in the centre of these. Do need a reasonable amount because this is a cup and the pearls are obviously got a flat back. Pick up tool. If you haven't got pickup tools, you need these in your life because they do make life a lot easier. So we just give that a press. See if we can get it in the centre of the cup. There we go. Just flatten the pearls out, the flowers out a wee bit, but that's absolutely fine. It's a really good match, this one, for the lilac blooms. Oh, had a bit of glue sinewy bit. Right, let's put glue in the centres of these small, slightly smaller flowers. You could go slightly smaller with the pearls if you wanted on the smaller flowers, but I do like to fill the cup, and the cups are all 8mm in size in the centres. Okie dokie. So there's all our flowers all done with our pearls in. Sweet. Let's put those to one side. Oh, and we need to just stick these dragonflies together. I'm just going to put glue on the body and the antennae. I'm not going to glue the wings. I like the wings to be separate. And we'll do this one. Okay. Right. That's all done. Right. So let's see what's been occurring underneath here. Okay, this is all nicely stuck now. Seems to be. Right. Let's get this on our base card now. Liking that. I think that looks fab. So we'll do more foam tape because we can. And I'm not posting this, obviously. Well, I am, but not on its own. So the new Floral Finery is only available from myself, Honeypot Crafts and Hobby Maker when the shows are on. So there's no other retailers that have them. So I feel very lucky that Phil lets me have them. So this is 2mm foam tape. Got some across the middle because nobody likes having a saggy middle. Unfortunately with age we get it, but you know, such is life. Just a bit of prick so I can move it if I don't get it on straight. Fingers crossed I do. So this is our 7x7 card blank. I think we have slightly bigger there. I think that's how we want it. That mark there. Oh, right, okay. Then we want to have this in the middle. So we're going to put some more foam tape on here. And while we're at it, we'll stick foam tape on the sentiment panel as well. Right. Actually, it's going on, I won't print on that one, it's actually going on acetate, so I think I need a little bit more of insurance ring print. We'll put some glue on. So this is going in the centre-ish, slightly up. I think that's straight. Sorry, I'm knocking the camera again. It wants to come up because it's on the acetate. And then we'll put Prit on this one. Huge congratulations. Huge. I think that's good. coming together, isn't it? Then we want leaves, and we're having big ones out here. Like so, I think. Is this the big one? This is the big one. Yeah, about there. Don't let me forget to put my twiddly bits on, because they're in a box somewhere else. I've got lots of leaves cut out, but whether I use them or not is an entirely different matter. They'll go in my stockpile of bits that I haven't used. I've got a box. Sometimes I go in it and I think, can I possibly make another card with this? Sure I can. Sure I can. Okay, let's get this big flower on. This beautiful big flower. Okay, then we want the next two. These really are very pretty flowers. I think, I mean, we've actually, I think the whole design team have said this, that these are the prettiest flowers so far. They are just so lovely. Got a bit of a shadow casting, I don't know why, but we have. Right, so let's get this one perhaps there. The old summer, isn't it, this year? One minute it's boiling hot, the next minute it's just cloudy, but no rain, or hardly any rain. That's going to take a while to set because this one is on the acetate. Let's have that one up there like that, I think. Fabulous, that looks wonderful. Happy with that. You can get some twiddly bits in a minute. Let's move that down a bit, because it's still moving. We have got some glue oozing out of the pearl a little bit, but that'll dry, that'll be fine. Do I want any more leaves? I do, it'll come in here. I don't know if I do. That'll be alright actually. I've got some glue on it. You don't want to stick, do you? Which is fine, because it means I can faff around. Talking to my flowers. I've got another two that can go in here. Okay. And we've got a couple of ones that we could potentially poke in as well. I do like quite a lot of these. Of course this won't want to stick because it's on the acetate. You know when you think, oh that's a good idea, I'll use that acetate, and then you think, oh, why did I use that acetate? Right, so this will be cluster done, aside from the twiddly bits that we'll bring in a little while. that up. Put another leaf in there. So we've got loads of leaves in there, loads of contrast with the greenery. Isn't that pretty? So beautiful. Then we do the top bit. So you got the same sort of leaves to the top, but we've got smaller flowers. So we want to have these closer together. We don't want them. So we may well cut off. Where did that go? There it did. Don't want it on there. Right, let's get this one on. This is always a faffy bit, but this is the thing that makes the card. The flowers. Like I say, we all think that this is the prettiest of the flowers and leaves that Phil's ever done. I don't know if it's just because they're new, but we absolutely adore them. Just don't seem to have had enough time to play with them, unfortunately. Okay. So we'll bring in what is actually the second largest flower, but it's the largest flower we're using in this cluster. And we'll pop that right in the centre there. Again, it's on the acetate, so it'll be a bit of a mare. And we've got two smaller flowers, which are actually the smallest of the 4 petal flowers that we're going to bring in to just sit there. So really pretty. So great wedding card, huge congratulations, yeah, or anniversary, or just a really pretty birthday card. Right. We'll bring in some more leaves. Let's just trim off the extra bit of stem. And this, again, this is the Fresh Mint Lustre card. And I'm loving this with the pastels. It's less harsh than the solid greens like the forest green and the racing green. Of course, you could use this soft pistachio, I think it's called, paint to paint your leaves instead. But I really like this Lustre card. It's my new favourite. Let's have some more leaves going in there. And then we need twiddly bits and dragonflies. And then we'll be done. I hope you're enjoying these new Floral Finery, because they are really beautiful. And we just tuck these ones in a sec. So I just haven't used the leaves with the 3 fronds on. We might only need 1 in here actually. Yeah, we only have 1 of those. Let's dab the glue off of that and we can use that another time. Right. Pretty, 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 pretty. Look at that, isn't it lovely? That doesn't go on there, Julia. Where's the lid to my Pritt? There it is. Right, dragonflies. So I'm just putting my thumb on the body, giving it some shape. And I think we're going to have one actually down here. Probably not wanting to stick on the acetate down here. And I think we're going to have one. Won't go there, will it? We could have one there. No, I could have one there actually. How would that look? Does that look silly? Or we could have one in amongst the flowers. I could have one there. There we go. That's where we're having one. And then I could have one in amongst the flowers here. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Right. Thanks for your input. We'll pretend this is live rather than a recording, and you've helped me figure out what to do. We'll pop this one in here. Are you going to stick? I hope so, because that's where I want you. Right. Cool. Right, twiddly bits. That's what we need to finish with. Because it would be rude not to have any. And we do need pearls in the corners of the frame as well. Right, twiddly bits. Moving the twiddly bits. You need twiddly bits in your life. Now, as it says huge congratulations, I wonder if we should use the heart ones. We probably should in that case. So we can have one coming out of it like that. In which case I won't put pearls on these because we can then see the hearts. Just find somewhere to anchor them. Then we can have this heart coming up there like that. I don't think we're going to put loads on this because I quite like the flower cluster as it is. A mark there on that. Right. And it is bugging me that that's got a dirty mark on it. I can't use that. See if I can find another one like that. That's that way. There we go, found one. I can't live with a dirty mark. Fabulous, look at that. Love it, love it, love it. And we need, oh, we've got this one here. So we could put one up there. Here's the other hearts. There's one. So this one could come. Might have to just trim a little bit off that one. Yeah, I think we'll have to trim just a little bit off this one. Make them work for you, and then we can get that one coming down like that. So it's a smaller version of that one there. Okay, and then we do want that to stick. I'll check it later, make sure everything's sticking properly. Do we want to have that one up there? what's my alternatives? That's that way. That's that way. Problem is when they're all in the same pot, they all want to live together and join each other. They're very friendly chaps, these. Yeah, I think I do want that one up there. Where's it going? I think we again cut a little bit off the bottom of that so I can tuck it in a little bit more. And we can get this little heart here and pop that like that so we can see it. Do I want to have anything coming out of there? That's the question. That is the question. So we've got that one. So I am going for hearts. I can see I'm going to have to cut some more again. That's a heart. So do we want to have any coming out in the middle? I think we do. I think we do. Again, I'm going to just cut that little swirly bit off there. It's nice to have some coming out of the middle as well. Okay, and then we've got this one here that we could have coming out of here, like that. I think so. This is definitely the fun bit, playing with your twiddly bits. Do I want that over the leaf? Yep, we do. We want it just like that. Okie dokie, I think that's it with the twiddly bits. We've got 6 on there, I think that's plenty. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's lovely. Makes me happy. Right, we're going to stick, I think, just finish off by sticking a pearl in each corner. Like these dusky heather ones. I think that's what we want to do. So I think that'll just finish it off, yeah. Right. Okay. Pick up tool, 8mm pearl. Let's just check they all look in the right place. I think they do. So there we are. I'm really happy with that. I hope you like it. As I said, the full list of what I've used is in the description of this video, and you'll find the products over on my website juliawattscrafts.co.uk and also over at honeypotcrafts.co.uk too. Obviously it's always while stocks last. I think this Floral Finery is going to be super popular. Do like and subscribe here on my YouTube channel if you're not already. I do love to read your comments and watch out for more videos. Thank you for watching.